Good morning, class. Folks, today we're going to get alphabetics. Today is Wednesday. All right. In honor of Wednesday, as we're singing Wednesday riddle. Today's riddle goes like with this. What five-letter word can you take two away and leave only one? What five-letter word can you take two letters away and leave only one? Mm-hmm. There's a little awkward silence for you. I'm going to say the answer right now. So if you don't want to hear it, you better just go ahead and skip ahead. Skip on ahead. Stone. Yep. Because if you take away the S and the T, then only one remains. Yes. Oh, guys, I tell you, I set the alarm to get up a little earlier this morning. This is still very much a morning Helle that you're getting right now. Yeah, still kind of sleepy. Got my coffee here. It's in this gigantor mug. It's got New York City on it. New York City. Anywho, today's today shouldn't be too bad. Is it something on my eyebrow, or is it just reflecting weird? That's weird. Look at that. Yep, it's just a rogue hair, evidently, that likes to reflect light. You're like, man, you're getting worse. He's even more distractible than he was. A little bit. Actually, this works out good. Today's lesson is on chemoreception, which is your sense of taste and smell. If you were an insect, it'd be the same thing. Yeah, because they like taste and smell with their antenna. They'll stick them out there and they're like, no. Whatever they touch, they're both tasting and smelling. Yep. Yeah, you got two different setups. There's one there. There's one there. I'm gonna experience both right now. Satisfying. Now, I will tell you with regard to coffee, I drink black coffee. Most of you guys know that, especially those of you that make me a French press coffee, which I appreciate. You guys are like on Coffee Mondays. You're like, Helle, you want in on this? I'm like, yes. But drinking black coffee, if if you don't have a sense of smell, it's pretty terrible. Yeah, because most of what we call taste is actually just smell. Yeah. If you want to try this today, if you're getting really bored, go to your kitchen, which you've probably been to a lot, in the last few weeks. But go to your kitchen and grab you some cinnamon amon. Oh, that's backwards. Take my word for it that it's cinnamon. Okay, I don't remember if we did this or not because I'm getting old. Just to be honest with you. If you hold your nose with one hand, actually dump some out on your hand, then pinch your nose with your non-cinnamon hand, and then taste it, it'll just taste like dirt. Like it have no taste at all whatsoever. It's just like a pile of dirt. Now, this is not telling you to do the cinnamon challenge. That is a different beast altogether. That is where you put a spoonful of cinnamon in your mouth and then you die. Yeah, I don't want you doing that. That's basically, it's a terrible idea. It's a little, that's all you need. That's all you need. And then with you holding your nose, taste it, and it'll taste like dirt. But then, open your nose. Oh, cinnamon! Because cinnamon is not a flavor. It's a scent. Yeah. So is peppermint, cherry. Gosh, pretty much everything that's called a flavor is actually just a smell. Anyway, your assignment for today is to watch 2 lectures on chemoreception, and I think they're part 1 and 2. Let me make sure. Chemoreception, yeah, lecture 3.3-9 is chemoreception, and it's called taste, and 3-10 is chemoreception, and it is smell. Okay. Now, some of you have already done the chemoreception primer. That's good, but I'm not requiring it. So if you want to do it, you can. You're more than welcome to, but it's not required. And this is your last day of schoolwork until the end of spring break, which has been extended. You're like, isn't it kind of spring break? I know. But from our perspective, we're not going to assign any work until next Thursday. So you have tomorrow, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Originally, Wednesday next week wasn't going to be part of it, but to make it an even split on the teachers who are given homework, because science teachers go from Wednesday to Wednesday. Well, if you did Wednesday next week, it would be like we'd just be going like normal. So so that's the game plan there. So your assignment: watch, take notes, listen, focus in, and understand 3-9 and then 3-10. First one's on taste, second one's on smell. And if you want to do the primer, by all means, dig in. That'd be a great way for you to practice what it is that you're trying to do. If you're gonna do the primer, go ahead and stop the video after I say this. Folks, have a great day, and as always, be a winner. And then after that, right now, I'm gonna go through the answers to the primer so that you can kind of go through it and see how you did. So, primer question number 1: what is chemoreception? And that is sensing chemicals. That is, your sense of taste and smell are both sensing chemicals. 2: in order to taste or smell anything, particles of that substance must be dissolved. Okay. Number 3, according to answer number 2 here, why should someone's odor of varying origins be more offensive now? This is kind of gross, but if somebody, passes gas, and they want to go ahead and, fart right next to you, if you're smelling it, that means those particles of fart that were in this person's rectum are now dissolved into your nasal passage. Yep. Okay. Next, what are the 5 tastes and the chemicals they're perceiving? The 4 you've heard of: salt, sour, sweet, bitter. What were they? Salt, sour, sweet, bitter, and sweet. And there's another one to add. So salt, when you're tasting that, what you're tasting is ions, cations. Anything positively charged ions: sodium, potassium, things like that. Sour, you're tasting an acid. Bitter, you're tasting a base. Sweet, you're tasting either simple carbohydrates or something that will trick your tongue into thinking they are. Like Splenda or Equal or any of the artificial sweeteners will trick your tongue into that, even though they're not actually simple carbohydrates. Okay. Well, Splenda kind of is. It's a long story. I think I say it on the video. Which cranial nerves are responsible for sending information about taste? That's number 5. There are 3 of them. Kind of like moving the eyes. There's a ton of them that move the eyes. There's a ton of them that taste stuff too. Number 7, the facial nerve, is responsible for tasting, and the anterior 2/3 of the tongue. Cranial nerve number 9 is the glossopharyngeal, and cranial nerve number 10, the vagus. Viva Las Vegas. Sorry. are responsible for taste in the posterior one third of the tongue into the pharynx. Okay. Uh, what is number six? What is the physiological term that means sense of taste? That is gustation. Gustation. So, gust is taste. That's why something is disgusting. It is distasteful. Uh, number seven. What is the physiological term that means sense of smell? And that is called olfaction. Olfaction. Number eight. Which cranial nerve delivers the sense of smell? And that is number one. The olfactory nerve. Number nine. How many different smells are there that we can discern? This is the most ridiculous number ever read anywhere. From 2,000 to trillions. Yeah, that is like the worst range ever. It's difficult to say what people can smell and what they can't smell, and they're trying to figure out which smells are like by themselves a smell and which are like combinations of different things. Name seven flavors, number 10, that are actually smells. Peppermint, cinnamon, strawberry. Just trying to think of spearmint, root beer, vanilla, banana, all those things. They're all just smells. Every one of them. Think about ice cream flavors or candy or anything like that. Meat. Smells. Okay. Well, watch the video because it'll make more sense. Meat can actually sort of be a taste. What percentage of what we call taste is actually smell? And that's a big number. I've read between 80 and 90, and I'm going to leave it in that range because I don't want to commit one way or the other. Some sources say 80% of what we call taste is actually smell. Some say 90. Number 14. Uh, Number 13. Though something is often used as a descriptor, can something actually smell sweet? Why or why not? In my opinion, no. It can't smell sweet. Now, because sweet is not a smell, that is specifically a taste. But many things that have a sweet flavor have certain fragrance with them. But here's one. I mean, cinnamon. Most of the time you have something in cinnamon, it's usually sweet. But cinnamon itself, if you do this test, not the challenge, but the test, you'll find out that it's not sweet at all. So nothing really can smell sweet. Number 14. Coffee tasters are instructed to chew their coffee, even though it's a liquid. The reason they chew it is so that the coffee covers all the surfaces of their tongue, so that they can taste every bit of the flavor profile. And then number 15. The tongue map has been a long-standing idea. There's specific tastes located at specific areas of the tongue. Is this true or not? Cite your source. That is false. Though there are greater concentrations of specific types of taste buds that taste either sweet or sour or salty. Oh gosh, I skipped the fifth taste. I'll get back to it. There are receptors for all of them all over your tongue. So yeah, they're not just in one area for salty and one area for sweet. The fifth taste, which I didn't talk about in number 4, is called umami. It was more recently discovered. Umami is basically tasting, sensing the presence of simple amino acids and their variants. It's called savory. It's really sensitive, something called MSG or monosodium glutamate. That's kind of that salty, savory flavor that you get from like ramen noodles and Chinese food. It's called umami, and so it's a savory sense. But like I said, it was discovered much later than the other 4. Other stuff. As you found out yesterday, we're out till after May 1st. So we're going to be doing this a little while longer. I asked about testing in our Zoom meeting with Dr. Harrell. Um, he said for us to use our own professional judgment. He doesn't want to see grade inflation, and I don't either. I want it to be a representation of what you actually learn. But I also don't want people punished for not being able to, um, for not being back in school that we're planning on retaking a test. So let me work up the idea of how I want to actually do that. I'm going to commit myself to a little bit of it here. To proctor the exam, I may use Zoom. That's what I'm thinking of so far, but I'm not 100% sure because I still can't see your screens or anything like that. And I may put a time limit on it too. Just kind of spitballing here. I'm not exactly sure how or when, so stay tuned for that. I'm hoping I'll be able to give you an answer for that after we come back from break. I think that's about it. So if you look in Canvas, you'll find these things here. Just like I said, just watch the videos. Gang, I hope you're doing well. And I miss your faces and you guys being in class and your personalities and your wit and all the fun things that we talk about and stuff like that. But we'll see each other again soon. I hope so. God bless, and I'll see you. And again, folks, have a great day, and as always, be a winner.